Hi everyone, it's Gail, and I have something really fun to play with today. And so we'll get to that. Let's say hi and hugs. Hi and hugs to Anna Marie, Debbie, Candace, and Les. Thank you for watching and for your kind comments. Okay, so what we have here is some more Christmas fun. I was done with Christmas, but now I'm not done with Christmas. I think I'm done with Christmas journals for this year, but look at this fun kit. 25 tags with coordinating ephemera from Cara Brandon Creations. So it's her vintage Christmas tag kit. Let me look at her letter here. So yeah, 25 days of Christmas tags, and this kit coordinates with her Christmas palette and vintage Santa Christmas junk journal kits. It includes 25 tags and mini tags, journaling cards, Christmas words, and 3 backing sheets. So this Cara printed on cardstock, so they're ready to use right away. So there's that, and then she also included, she's got these wooden tag boxes in her Etsy shop. Of course, I'll link her Etsy below. And so I'm not going to play with this in this particular video, but we will play with this a little later on. So yeah, so that's the scoop. That's what I'm gonna play with a few of these tags today. The little box came in this, which is so fun. Okay, let me see what else. So on the tag box, it ships flat and it keeps the shipping costs down and prevents damage, but quick to assemble. And inside of customer orders, she includes a QR code that links to a short video on how to put it together. So anyway, the box, we'll do that in a little future video here. But let's see, what else? Anything? Yeah, so anyway, thank you so much, Cara. This is going to be super fun to play with. So I've already cut out tag 1, and then I've already cut out tag 4. I thought I'd do those hopefully today, and then we'll go from there. If we need to cut out some more, we will. But look at these. Aren't these so cool? So many, you know, each page is a separate piece, and then here's the backing. And some music and some text and some mini tags, and there's words and these could be journal cards, but they can also be pockets on some of the tags. So yeah, so anyway, this is gonna be a fun little project. I'm excited. So let's see, we're going to get some done here. The tag 1, I already did the cutting out and the inking. Tag 4, I cut out, but haven't inked yet. So let's do this one. I may have to, this may be a little bit shorter video. My son is here. He has a meeting in town, and I spent the morning being his administrative assistant. That was real fun. And then anyway, so Mike ordered us gyros for lunch, so we've got to, well, that didn't necessarily, that was me on my scoring, but I'm gonna see if I can make that match up a little bit better. There we go. No, not quite. Okay, Gail, you can do this. Oh, it slips over. That's okay. I can always trim it, but I think a little Distress ink will do the trick. So, it's got this little fun envelope. Okay, let's ink I do like to ink this fold on an envelope. Yeah, so below I will link, Cara has, now if you have trouble with it folding, which I do a little bit here, I'm just going to snip off a little bit right here. And then it will fold easily. Anyway, I will link the video where she makes this tag and another tag. And then also her Etsy shop I will do. And so, yeah, anyway, very, very fun little project. And what I'm thinking for me, since I've kind of finished Christmas journals already, I think what I'll do is just over time get these tags done, and then one of my journals next year will have all these tags in it. That's what I'm thinking. So as like a December daily, because they are numbered. So let's see, we need a little glue, don't we? Always need a little glue. Yeah, I thank you so much, Cara. This is going to be really fun. Sorry, I'm trying to get a glue goober off my, there we go. Okay, let's do this thing. Yeah, so while I was printing for my son's meeting, I cut this out and got it inked, except for, of course, this envelope. So, yeah, so we got a little ahead on this one. Okay. Now, because I didn't do that quite properly, is this going to fit? Oop. Not easily enough for me, so I'm gonna just trim off one edge. Won't hurt too much to have this. I just want it to slide in a little easier, and because I didn't do the envelope quite straight, that's what happens. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I was just helping him out. He had some documents that had to be printed, and for whatever reason didn't get them done. Oh, I guess I should do this side. Didn't get them done before he came. So yeah, he got here about 9:30, so he must have left Missoula. Oh, cute. Yeah, so that's going to go in there, maybe. Oh, you know what I need to do is just do this little action. There we go. Oh, I might need to take a little off of this way. I'm going to take off the top. Sorry, Cara. I was not very good on my gluing, or my scoring, I think is what it was mostly. So, yeah, so super fun to have him here, and we're going to have Eros for lunch. That's his favorite to have when he comes home. So we'll do that. Okay, now we fit perfectly. Although that just wants to keep coming up. So we're just going to glue that again. Okay, then there's this little doily, which is super cute. And I think Cara put hers over to the side. I really like that. I'm going to score this. Let me get tag 4 moved off of my scoreboard. And I think I'll just score it right down these little hexagons right here. Like that. Yeah, so this is much like, I think I showed you guys my December daily journal that it had a tag kit from someone else. And I loved doing that. So I think I'll put that over there. It kind of just disguises my little issues there with the okay, I'm gonna put that on and then we'll go from there. Okay, just gonna put that right kind of in the middle there. Okay, and then we have this pretty flower we can use. We have this and some tickets. Maybe behind a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. Okay. Don't know where I'm gonna put the one yet. Okay, put you on there and then just go there. And go there. Lots of little pokies on this guy. So I want to get them all glued down so it doesn't catch. So I think my strategy is going to be to cut out all the tags, you know, do it while I'm enjoying fussy cutting in the afternoon. And then I'll have them to put together. I'm just going to clip that off a little bit, sticking over slightly. So there's that. Now, where do we want the one? I think I might put it down there. I don't know where. I don't remember where Cara put it. Anyway, Cara is a lovely person, a very nice lady. So if you go get her tag kit and her other Christmas kits, you'll be supporting a very nice lady. Okay, and then this, oh, I need to cut a little bit off of here again. Okay. Okay, so that folds over. And then this, I was thinking about, of course, the thing is with all these bits and pieces, you could keep some and, you know, put them on a different tag too. Like, I do like that, so I'm going to do that. But if you didn't like that, oh, what if we put it on like a, I think it goes this way. Does it go this way? This way? Can't tell. Guess it doesn't matter. But you know what I'm going to do is put that on as a belly band. And I wonder if one of those little tags would fit in there. Let's see. And that would be a little variation. But yeah, I think these are just going to be super fun to play with and just put together, you know? Okay, so let's get, where's the taggies? Right here. I think it's going to work, you guys. I think it's going to work. Maybe we'll just, this one would be cute. Let's just do one on the edge just because that's easy. Yeah, hours and hours of fun in this kit. I'm just gonna say. And if you do your own December daily, you could just, you could not make them up all at once. You could just do one a day. And yeah. So, okay, I'm going to give that a little distress around the edges, and we'll see how it looks. Okay. And I think maybe on some Wild Card Wednesdays or something, we'll work on some more of these, because it's just going to be a fun little project. Ha ha ha! Look at that. Yeah, so it's got that on the back. This is the front, and then the journal card inside. Yay! First day done. Okay, let's look at number 4, which I have not distressed or done anything with yet. It's cool though. Look, it's another little envelope. And so again, I kind of wanted to show you guys. Let me just move all my tools for a second. I wanted to show you again what I've done on the middle of my scoreboards. And like my big scoreboard, I'll just show you. At 6, I put a black marker just down there, and at 3 on this little one, I put it there. And it just really helps you line up, even though I didn't do that great of a job on my last one. But see, we can just line that up, and then theoretically we're straight. Yep. Because I'm not good at eyeballing, and just scoring in general. Sometimes it's just hard to, stay in a straight line or whatever. So this helps me. Okay. And this one. Okay, so we did that. Let's fold her up. Oh, I think I want the birdie on the outside. That goes up. That's all working pretty well. And that goes down. Okay, I am going to take a slight bit off of this edge, because it's not going to show anyway, and it'll just fold a little bit easier. Maybe this one too, why not? Okay. Now, let's do this. Going to be good. Okay. Oh, Santa's so wonderful. Honestly, I can't even fathom the amount of work this was to put together. So thank you, Cara, for creating something super fun for us to do. The one I did before was the physical items. But I love this, just having it like all on one page for one thing is nice. And yeah, it's just great. Okay, I'm going to glue this together, and then we'll go from there. Now, throwing out hints as I go. When I'm putting together something like this, I go on the edge here. And I go on the edge here. And then you don't have to worry about, oh, I put the glue over too far or anything. It's just on both sides. And then it just nicely glues. And on these, I don't waste glue. I just go up, across, and down, because you really don't need glue in there. you've got your edges, you're golden. So there's our little envelope. Okie dokie. Now let's see if I need to trim down this is the journal card that goes in this. This is day 4. And we'll just see. Yeah, I think I'll take a little bit off of it just so it slides in easily. Okay, go about there. And a little bit on the other side. Then we'll have to see how it is lengthwise. Okay. Does that fit better? Slides right in. Look at that. Perfect. Okay. So now we'll give it a little distress. And then we have all these little bits. We have that. We have the number, which is important. We have some little, looks like they were ribbon flowers, these two. Look. While I'm distressing, I'm just gonna go around the edges of these two. Okay. Just get everything inked up. So that the 89 cents is on that one. Okay. I'm not sure. One thing I do know is I need a new sponge on my distresser because she's really starting to shed. Little crumbs everywhere. Okay, and then these, and I couldn't decide when I was doing the buckle. I mean, I think ideally maybe you go ahead and I just had an idea. Ideally you'd go ahead and cut that out. See how like this one you can see through? I think I'm going to do that on this one too. Would have been easier, just a fussy cutting tip, when you have to cut on the inside of something. This would have been easier if I would have left it with paper around it and cut out the middle and then, but I'm just going to do it now. So I'm going to make a hole in the middle, and I'm going to cut, just going to cut to the corners. And here I'm just going to kind of do this. Okay, so then I don't know how well you can see this, but I can just cut across down that way. Yeah, it's just so fun. This is just going to be a great little project. I'm excited. Oh, I have news on the volleyball front. Addie's College, they won their, let's see, what was it called? I don't know, their first playoff game anyways. And so now they're on to the semifinals. So that's exciting for them. Okay, and we're going to go just right there. And there. Go across here. Sorry, this is a little fiddly and taking me, but you know, it's part of the process, isn't it? And it allowed me to tell you about Addie's team winning. Okay, it's so fun. I can hear my son's voice because he's on Zoom meetings up in our breakfast nook. He's doing his meetings before his meeting. yeah, there was a little few flakes of snow flying today, so I was kind of like, oh gosh, I don't love it when my family's traveling in snow, but it seriously was just a couple flakes, so I think it's okay. Okay, so just about there. That's why you need these little scissors that get into the small spots. Okay, there's that. This is a little tricky because it's got a few ins and outs, but I think we'll manage. Okay. Now, the reason I was thinking of keeping this in one piece was I want to use it to close the envelope. But if it's like this, it's going to be too wimpy. So I'm going to just do this. Okay. So anyways, let's put the rest of this together. So, yeah, I wanted it to close here. But what I'm thinking is, what if I did kind of a little clustery sort of situation? Like that. I think I want this on this side though. Maybe I'll just go like that. Yeah. I won't offset them. I'll just, okay. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue there. Put this on there. And then glue this on there. A little fiddly to get the glue on too, but I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. Okay, so I think I want it this way. And then on the envelope, I'm going to do glue to about here. Like that, and then that will hold that closed. And then on this side, what would we like to do? I don't know that I think I might like the bird right here. Yes, let's put the bird right there. Okay. I'll be anxious to see what Cara does with this one. Like so. Okay. The birdie's going to go right there. So this is the back, and I've just been having all kinds of fun with the back. Okay, then I think that needs to go there. And do we want to put a couple? Oh, let's make it a pocket. Yes, okay. And then I'm going to just stick the little tickets in it, because that would be fun. Okay, I'm just going to put that down in the corner. I'll let that dry for a second. And then I think I like that over there. Okay, like that. And then we're just going to stick these two little tickets in here in the pocket. Yay! So there it is. All the front, the back. We flip open and we've got our journal card in there. That's just fun. Okay, so we got 2 of them done. How are we doing time-wise? Hi, pig. Okay, here. Get myself all teary here. So, have you guys heard of angel numbers? That's when, like, I just looked at my clock and it's 11:11, or like 2:22 or 3:33. Yeah, those are angel numbers. And my friend Peg, that was my journaling buddy for many years, she passed away over a year ago. Maybe it's even been 2 now, the way time goes. And so every time I see angel numbers, I feel like that's Peg saying hi. Okay, let's move on from that. Look how fun that one is. I just kind of wanted to look at them. And if I see one that tells me that it's going to be good to show you some fussy cutting whatevers, then maybe I'll... This is a definite maybe 7. But let's just look at them. This guy, he's got some major fussy cutting on him. Some fussy cutting. So, triple tag, boop, 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 you know, foldy. Foldy flippy. Here's one. Oh, this would be a good one for me to show you. Okay. Where's 7 goes right there. Okay, I'm going to do that one. At least until I get called for lunch. I can still hear my son on the phone, though. They're just happy. I love that design. They're just so happy. And look at all the work in this. Cara, you're amazing. I also love that one. Really cool. Anywho, let's do this one while we still can. Or at least I want to cut out to show you how, you know, how I would do this. Maybe some fussy cutting tips here. Yeah, how am I going to keep these all together if I cut them out all at once? That's a good question. I'm sure I have enough little baggies everywhere that could work. Let's see, so this is going to air on Sunday, so I'll be back home after my retreat. I just wanted to make sure I had enough videos to cover the time that I'm going to be gone, you know. And so I think I have that. But then when I get home, it's kind of busy and laundry and all that. And so I don't know if I'll get another video done. Okay, so on these, well, first of all, I'll just cut this guy out. And when you're cutting something around, move your paper, not your scissors. See how easy that makes that? And then this one, I'm going to poke the hole and do what I did on that little buckle and just kind of cut it into fourths. You know, that obviously this doesn't have corners, but you can still do the same thing. And then, easy peasy, you just go in. I think I'll use my bigger scissors just because it's a bit bigger of a round. And then just go around and cut out the 4 bits. And then any white that is left will get distressed anyway, so it's no big deal. Okay, number 2 from the frame. These are not my usual fussy cutting scissors, and so my fussy cutting scissors would do a better job, but that's okay. Okay, and then go around here like that. And then if there's any little bits that weren't perfect, it's no big deal. We'll just stress around here. Like that. Yeah, so there's a little fussy cutting tutorial there. And then let's just cut out the rest. And we'll see. I'm just not sure. I'm just listening for my son to be done. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Just really do love to fussy cut in the afternoon. Watch my Dateline mystery. So I get an hour of fussy cutting in every day, which is how I get all those books done and stuff. Let's see, what do we think? I think it goes that way. And it looks to me like Santa can just be peeking there. Okay, and then another little hint is on these numbers, what I'm doing is just using my inch punch. This is probably like 3/4 of an inch, but then that gives me something to distress around the edge. So that's my thought on that. Yeah, and often when I'm fussy cutting like those books from Amazon, I will just snip off all the bits. And then that way, I just work my way through the pile of bits. You know what? I think I can do this with these. I can. So there's a button. Try and get it lined up. These are an inch perfectly. And then this one's a tiny bit smaller, so it'll be distressed anyway. And then that leaves this bird, which, as I said, I cut off all the excess because that just makes it easier. Okay. Then I can get rid of my scrappies. And we can look at Santa. Another little hint is here. I would just do a V. And it's the same like on a flower or something. It's the easiest way to get her done is just to go up and then do a V. Upside down V. There. Oops, that's not scraps. And then go up this way. And then again, I'm going to do a V here. Okay. And so on something like this, what I usually do is go around the edges like so to the point, I guess you would say. And then again, I can just do boop, boop, little V's all the way along. So I don't know. I hope these hints are from an obsessed fussy cutter, that they're helpful. Okay, and then this one. At least a little hopeful, and a little helpful. They'll give you hope when you have a ton of fussy cutting to do. Okay, I'm just gonna notch those out. Okay, I think I'll go in this way. I'm just going to cut that over to there, and then we'll go up the side here. Get that out of there. Get that out of our way and do a V. And following the holly, kind of another V. There we go. And done. And then Santa's tassel here is some more V's. There we go. Then it's just a matter of getting those little triangles out of there. This one's tiny. Come here, you. Come here. There. Got it. Okay, and then we'll just zip around the easy part. Yeah, so anyways, there is that. And then I think we're going to want to kind of, oops daisy. I think we're going to want to kind of measure and make sure Santa's going to fit in there. So, it's sounding pretty quiet up there. I better get off of here and go spend time with my son, have a little lunch. Okay, so then that one. Okay, and then, so the reason I'm doing this is I want to be able to look at like where Santa needs to be. So if we put the card in like so. Maybe he's letting the other person talk. Okay. So how cute is that? But I want to make sure the card fits, because if I need to trim it a little, there's that. So let's go ahead and finish this guy. Let me get my grits out. I don't like working with scraps on the table. Okay, I did do that. I thought I did. Did that part, but I did not do this part. How cute is this gonna be? Yeah, I'll get a bunch of fussy cutting done on these, and then we can work on them here and there. Gotta do this. Okay. Now, see, I did a bad job again. Yeah, I did. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to score this a little bit. No, I'm not. I'm going to cut it. Okay, one way or the other to make this fit. So anyway, showing you how to fix your boo-boos kind of here. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay, Santa. So now, is this going to fit? See, no, it's not going to fit. So I'm going to, I'm sure this is me, not the digital, but straight lines are just not possible for me. I want to get that on there though, so that I want to make sure it fits so that I can get Santa in the right place. Okay. And then yeah, I think that'll be good. Okay, so we're going to put Santa on there, and I think I'll glue him on, and then I'll worry about, I'll glue him on, then I'll worry about yeah, right there. Okay. I'm kind of seeing on this lace where he'll land. And I'm not distressing him because I don't want his beard to be brown. But I will distress around the outside of the card once he's on there. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Santa baby. Down, down the chimney tonight. Okay. Okay, so there's that. And then I think the rest of these, I don't know, I might put that on there. Okay. I want to put that right there. I think I do. Okay, we'll do it. And like I say, if you're putting these together and you really like it without some of the other things, you can always, you know, just save the bits and use them on a different tag. Okay, so let's do this. While that kind of dries. Okay. Okay, we're going to let that dry for a second and we'll do this. Not showing up a whole lot, but this side, that'll be good. Oh, so cute. Okay, I think, so let's see, do you fit, Santa? You almost do. Where's the... Just kind of making sure that that's out of the way. Okay. Not sure. I'm sorry, Cara, your little inept friend here. I'm going to just cut off some top here. But we'll make it fit. Okay. How are we doing now? There we go. There we go. Okay, I want to distress the envelope. I am going to cut off a little bit here just so it's super easy for the flap. And then so apparently once you get started making these, you can't stop. I think that's what's happening here. Anyway, just go around. Did that side. Okay, that closes nicely. I like all the buckles on this piece. That's really fun. Okay, I'm going to put this in so that we can see as we decorate the rest of it. Okay, one thing I'm thinking is I might like, not that one, maybe this one. I might like that right there, but I'm gonna punch holes here. Okay, and then I want a little, I think I want a little piece of string on that. So let's just use, oh, I think it's in here. Let's just use some of this twine. It's bookbinding twine, but it's thin. So let's do this. Let's go in and through. Like so. And just cut off a hunk. Okay, and let's tie that up. Get the sleeves out of the way, Gail. Okay, I just want to tie a bow. Like that. Up over the top so your tails hang down. Okay. Kind of like that. And then that's going to be the closure. So we need glue at the bottom. Okay, there we go. There's the closure. And then on this side, what? Okay, I think we'll get this cut out. And the birdie. Okay, so here's an example. So this needs to be cut out. So I'm going to do it before I take the rest of the paper off of the piece, because it's just easier to have more to hang on to, is what I find. So there, that was the other example I wanted to show you. So perfect. Okay. So now that's out. Now we can go around it, and it's not going to make like that piece right there super flimsy, because we've already cut off the outside before doing that inner part. Okay. Little birdie told me. A little birdie told me you should go over and get this kit. It's fun. Okay, so then boop, 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 and a V, and there. Okay, so what I'm thinking I'd like to do, let me just get any white off of him. And let's do these buttons while we're at it. Okay, I think I have a plan in mind for the gluing, which is I think I want to go here and here, maybe like that or like that. And then I think I want to do this. No, you know what I want to do is I want to do those and this, and then the bird like that. Okay, put them on before you forget, Gail. Oh, there's no help in the brain, you know. Okay, and then this. Is going to go there. And this will go at the top with it. This boardy. Okay, boardy, you're going to go right about there, I think. Okay, guys. Well, we got 3 of them all done. How about that? That's exciting. So, not to be done in order. I have 1, and then we did that little thing on the back. I thought that was super fun. And 4 that we have clipped there. And 7, right? 12. I looked at 7, but we decided to do 12. So there you go. Once again, it's Cara Brandon Creations. And here's the cover sheet. So I'll link everything below and all. And so there you go. Yeah, super fun. Thanks again, Cara. These are great. So, hey, have a grateful day. Be kind always. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.